Here we go. Happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. It is Weird Frequencies. Broadcasting live from a bunker. I'm Tyler. Joining me as always is, of course, our resident skeptic, Adam.
Howdy, everybody.
Rob is not here. We have not. I'm guessing Rob is either busy with Memorial Day festivities or he's probably working, one of the two. He's such a busy guy, you can't hardly ever get a hold of him, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go in tonight, but then they called me about 4 o'clock and said, "Do you remember those trailers you said you would unload?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Well, we don't need you to unload them. They're not going to come in until tomorrow." So, oh well.
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah, here we are. Got a lot going on in the news, but I'll tell you this right now: if many of you are feeling that itch for extraterrestrials, the news is literally it. I don't know what it is. Every summer, the aliens come out. It's like a seasonal thing, you know?
Yeah.
The aliens come out. You get news of extraterrestrials, or what they call them now, interdimensionals, extra-dimensional, something like that. You get all this news of aliens.
Yeah.
And they just, here it is. It's Memorial Day weekend. You know, it's like, here they are. We're getting a lot of news. So we got a lot to go on that. So stick around and let's get us through your daily dose of weird, I guess you could say.
Well, I mean, let's face it. If you were an alien, would you want to explore a planet when it's covered in snow?
No, but
Or I guess there should be like more reports on the opposite side of the planet.
considering how the Earth has been lately, if I was an alien, have you seen the show Resident Alien on Sci-Fi?
I've seen a little bit of it.
I love that show. The alien is a smart ass son of a bitch. He gets stuck here and he hates humanity and he can't blend in. And he just literally every 5 seconds he's cursing out humanity. He hates us, all that stuff, because he's stuck here. And it's hilarious. And I'm sitting there thinking that's what's going to happen to the aliens if they come here. If they actually come here, they're going to look at us and be like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, if they actually land.
So,
yeah.
Well, let's save all the alien stuff for later. We got a couple news stories outside of aliens. Again, if you're in the mood for aliens, and Adam, there's a couple of news articles I think you would like.
Okay.
Couple things. Hi, Julie. Adam's wife's joining us tonight.
Hey, sweetheart.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to this. So are you aware what a thylacine is?
Of a thylacine.
Thylacine, yes.
Vaguely, but I think I need refreshed.
All right, it's Tasmanian tiger.
Okay.
Not the Tasmanian devil, not the one that spins around and goes all that. This is a tiger, basically.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's the last Tasmanian, Forrest Galante. He's one of those big explorers. He's identified a lot of animals that are believed to have went extinct in the past, like 10, 20, 30 years. And he discovers them alive again. Some of those, he discovered a species of blue macaw that was thought to have been extinct before the zoos released them. He discovered a species. He discovered there was still a small pocket of them, certain types of monkeys, insects, stuff like that. He's been searching for the Tasmanian tiger for years. Now, let me look this up real quick because the article doesn't say when the Tasmanian tiger went extinct. The Tasmanian tiger, the last member of thylacine, the Tasmanian tiger, it died. Extinction date. It died back in 1986 is when the last not 1986, 1936. September 7th, 1936. That's when the last one died.
Okay.
And that's when they officially entered extinction. I'll bring up a picture for everybody to see so I know what this thing looks like.
So about 88 years.
Yeah, for about 88 years. I think it's kind of cool looking. It's very canine-like. But that's it. That's the one that everybody's been looking for. Well, Forrest Galante believes he's received photos. There's been reports for a while of people spotting the Tasmanian tiger. There's a few random photos that don't really show much of anything, but he believes now he's not jumping onto the gun and saying, yes, this is a Tasmanian tiger, all that stuff. He's not, he's not jumping on the bandwagon saying that, yeah, the photos he's received prove it's legitimate. If I can bring it up, because there we go. He's received photos and a video, apparently, that may show the Tasmanian tiger still exists.
Okay.
And here, we'll go ahead and bring up the photos first. Now, these are supposedly parts of a video. These are stills from a video.
Okay.
I mean, it looks... See, there's another picture there. Now, that looks like it could be something.
It almost looks like a coyote mixed with a tiger.
Now, that photo there, I look at, and I'm like, the Tasmanian tiger is known for having an excessively large jawline. But I look at that one, I'm like, now what's the chances they caught that exact image there?
Yeah.
You know?
What was that? He shot it? It's just laying there kind of weird.
Well, they might have caught him while he was in the heat, Maybe it's he's just because there he looks like he's panting a little bit. Now that one there, that looks like they just walked up on him.
Yeah.
So let me see if we can get this video up. The video supposedly, I'm going to see if I can actually get to the video. If it's just a video, I'd like for Adam to look at it. But if it's not. It's him talking about it. It's not. It's just him talking about
still. It's him trying to explain what he
thinks it is. Okay, yeah. I was hoping it would be the video because supposedly, yeah, definitely looks like the pictures. I mean, I will give it this. If this is, let me bring these photos back up, and then we'll talk more about where exactly this came from. I mean, if this is a hoax, that's a pretty good hoax. You got something there that, I mean, you could obviously a picture's worth 1,000 words, but a video's worth 1,000,000 words. The problem is I look at it like that one there. I could see if that was the only legitimate photo, I would believe that. Because you can see the head's kind of similar. The back's got the stripes. That one there, that's more the photo that if it was just that photo there, like they snuck up on it, I could see that. That one there, however, I don't know. Because
if that was the picture that they took before they got mauled, then I could believe it. But
if that's the photos they took before it ran off, I could get that. And in this one here, I guess either maybe they killed it, maybe it's laying in the grass sleeping, maybe they snuck up on it. I have no idea. I honestly don't know. But they're interesting photos, to say the least. All right, so here's what we know. A tantalizing series of images have been circulating online, shows what appears to be a Tasmanian tiger allegedly photographed by a tourist who claims to have encountered the creature. The remarkable account came to light this week by way of wildlife biologist Forrest Galante, who showcased the pictures in a YouTube video seen above. Okay, so that's the video. They're not pictures, they're videos. My mistake.
Okay.
He expressed skepticism about the images, yet conceded that they are incredibly compelling. The photos that we've shown are said to have been taken by a Minneapolis man who was visiting Tasmania with his father last month. According to the witnesses, identified only as Zach, the sighting began when the duo were driving down a road and spotted what they thought was an injured dog, but turned out to be something far stranger. Recounting the encounter in an interview with Galante, Zach explained that he and his father pulled over to the opposite side of the road and approached the seemingly injured creature. But as they got closer, he said it bared its teeth at the two men and let a peculiar sound that the witness described more like a loud pitched meow. This response understandably caused him to step back from the animal, which subsequently galloped into some of the nearby bushes seconds later before the curious creature vanished from sight. Zach managed to snap several photos of the critter, which he suspected was a dingo of some kind of weird dog. It was only after he shared the photos with a friend, Zach said he considered that the creature could have been a Tasmanian tiger, which ultimately led to the images coming to the attention of Galante. Reflecting on the curious case, the wildlife biologist acknowledged there are quite a few red flags that made him doubt the veracity of the tale and accompanying photos, including Zach's peculiar attempt to remain anonymous via an odd head covering that he wore during the interview. That's weird.
Yeah.
Why would you wear that? Okay, that's weird.
Yeah. If you discovered this animal and it's been absent from existence for over 80 years,
Yeah.
why hide?
I mean, it's not like you're hiding from government officials by showing a picture of an alien. No, you're taking a photo of what you believe might be an extinct species that's been reported several times now since then.
Yeah, it's not like they wrongfully killed or trapped it or anything like that. They're reporting its existence. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Like, at all. If anything, they should be praised for finding it if it's true. If it's not, using anonymity could cover the racks, basically.
Yeah, that the fact that he's
There-
in this interview during wearing a mask, that's a little.
There would have to be a fear of something.
Right. I mean, I look at that and I'm just like, you're not a whistleblower expressing government conspiracies. You're not bringing forward a video of an alien. You're not. You brought forward a photo of what looks like an extinct species, a creature that's been reported several times now. I don't think you need to hide your face.
I mean, it's not like it's a movable positional type of taxidermied Tasmanian tiger.
Right.
If that was the case, then don't even report it unless you're trying to get money. But I mean, if it was that kind of animal, especially with those kind of teeth, unless it was really, really scared or really, really injured, as it kind of said it may have been, it would probably attack if you got that close.
Yeah.
If they use zoom, like on their cameras, then okay, they could get fairly close, but then the image starts to degrade. In the light that they used, it looked like they were using like a mag light or a flashlight.
That's what it looked like. Yeah, let me bring those photos back up.
So, because I mean, the light around the shots, around the head, was round.
Right there.
It's always round. It's not the flash of a camera, which shines on everything. And that one's odd, because if it has its mouth open like that, you're not going to stand there and take a picture.
No, but I just looked on the Google page. I want to see if it could make its jaw that big. Turns out it could. There's actually a photo, one of the ones they had in the zoo, and that shows how wide it could unhinge its jaws. Look at that.
Yeah. Now maybe it's just me, but that's scary. If you come up to an animal that can open its mouth that wide, I'm not sticking around to see, how cuddly it is, or if it's doing okay.
I mean, that there looks pretty close to the photo. So isn't that one there actually? So it could make its jaw that big, but
yeah.
I mean, again, now Galante has said That said, Galante has conceded that he and his team were having a really hard time poking holes in the images. So even they're left scratching their heads trying to decipher what exactly the photos
I
show.
mean, if I was Galate, I'd probably want to know, okay, what did you use to take the pictures? Um,
Okay, I can see that one as like the
there's,
photo. I can see that one as a photo they first come up on it thinking it's injured.
yeah.
And then that might
Um,
be it might be like this. You're seeing it as here's the first photo. There's a second one where it stands up and growls at him.
well, I mean, was it standing up or was it laying down with its jaw open?
They're saying it as they approached it, it jumped up and hissed at him with like a meow sound.
Okay,
So,
that one's clearly of it standing.
yep, that might be it. Relaxed, it stopped, it's dropped its jaw or something like that, and now it's just like, what do you want? What are you doing here? All that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one is very, very this one here, however, that's the one that I look at. Because if you notice too, this is you can't sit there and say it's a taxidermy model because it's in different
Yeah.
poses.
Yeah.
Unless you have
And
four different taxidermized
yeah.
species of thylacine. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Because to my knowledge, there's not a taxidermied animal that can be posed multiple times. You
Right.
have to have any number of different posing animals. So, is it alive? Yeah, I think so. Um, Here might have been if it was running up, they got a picture of it running up and it caught them by surprise. Um, but and then the mouth open was probably it trying to tell them to go away, trying to
Yeah.
scare them. But I mean, really getting that close to an unknown animal, especially in Tasmania, I wouldn't. But
Yep.
you know, but as a picture taker, I'd really want to know what type of camera they used, and stuff like that. What they did with the picture before sending it to me. Um, See if it's been doctored and stuff like that. See, I don't know, was it from a like an SLR camera or was it from a cell phone? Um, what's up with the light? Is
Yeah,
it a
I don't know.
flashlight or was it just the light from the device? Things like that. Just typical photography questions to try and use to debunk it on top.
Amanda wants to sit there and say that's a skinwalker. That's believed to be a Tasmanian tiger.
Yep.
I mean, but that picture there, I'd be like, nope, nope, I'm out. Peace,
Mm.
y'all. Sorry to bother you there. Sorry to bother you.
Yep.
That's I don't know.
Now, when it looks like it can fit its jaw around the top of your head, it's time to leave.
Oh yeah, yeah. That thing that looks like it could fit a human jaw inside of it for sure. I mean, that is a massive jaw right there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, Forrest Galantes, he would say they're having a hard time deciphering whether that is a legitimate creature or not. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
Um, with what I have to go on, which obviously is not a whole lot, um, you kind of have to lean toward it because there's not enough to debunk it. Not that there's a lot to push it toward, it definitely is, but there's not a lot there to debunk it either.
Uh-huh.
So I think I'm leaning more toward, yeah, at least until there's more proof one way or another.
I mean, it looks rather interesting in my opinion. I
Yeah,
would
it's
go
yeah.
ahead.
It's like it's definitely interesting, and I'm sure we could debate about whether or not it's real or not. But there's, in my mind, there's just not enough there to say definitively one way or the other. So for now, I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Hmm. Well, that's why it's on our show.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I don't know. I think it'd be cool if it turns out it was a legitimate Tasmanian tiger. Like they actually discovered, hey, we were actually wrong about this. There's actually several creatures still out there that we thought were extinct. That I mean, Boris Galante's had a pretty good track record proving that these things are out there.
Okay.
That he can find them. But what is this? Oh,
Was there more?
well, I just got 2 messages real quick. Hang on. Julie just messaged me this. She found a video. Tasmanian tiger filmed in central Tasmania.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. This is a video of a Tasmanian tiger.
Just look to see if this creature would move in a similar fashion.
Or if it looks similar, yeah.
Yeah.
Above
So we're
Lake
looking
State.
at 12 years ago.
All right, let's see here. There it is.
Okay. Does its face look dog-like? It definitely has the stripes on its back.
It's definitely got the stripes on its back. Yeah, it's definitely got it's a similar build to the photos, but I can't tell because its
Yeah, it's got
face
to turn
is.
around.
Yeah.
It looks like it has a elongated snout.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe there is a small population of Tasmanian tigers that are starting to come back, and they're just now like their population is getting so big that we just now are starting to notice, like, okay, these things are here. I don't know. I do not know. I also got another message from, I don't know who this is. Somebody asking if we've seen the Loch Ness Monster footage.
Gotta be more specific than that.
Yeah, I don't know if someone. I know we got some people watching, but somebody messaged me on Facebook asking, "Have you seen the Loch Ness Monster footage?"
Did they send a link with?
Yeah, if you're, I don't know. Let me hang on. Let me. Let them know. Send a link to this. I don't know who this is. I don't know if it's somebody from my show or if it's somebody from who just watches. I don't know. It's like they're asking, have you seen the Loch Ness Monster footage? I'm like, well, first of all, number one, what footage? And number two, who's this?
Because if someone's going to send it anonymously, why send something anonymously to a show they can't really?
Oh, it's Skeletor.
Hey, Skeletor.
You made a Facebook? I thought you said you hated Facebook.
Uh-oh.
I thought you legitimately said you hated Facebook.
It's like, for those who don't know, Skeletor's from Tyler's other podcast.
Yeah.
He's a frequent resident of the chat room, and he can be quite entertaining.
So
I don't know if this is the podcast for it. But
I don't know if this is Skeletor. Be good, please, for the love of God, be good. What Loch Ness Monster photo are you talking about? What footage are you talking about?
If you can send Tyler the link so we can check it out, if it's good footage, we'll throw it up and we'll analyze it.
Yeah.
See what you think.
Yeah, send it to us if I don't know how, if he's going to email it or if he's going to, how he's going to, wait a minute. You sent something. That's your brother's. Okay, yeah. So you actually made a Facebook. All right. Let's see what this is. What is this? Loch Ness Monster exclusive photos and footage sequence. Let me bring this up real quick.
You say, no offense to Skeletor, but maybe we should check it before we.
Let me check it because it is Skeletor.
Like Skeletor, don't get me wrong, we love you, but
this is not my show. This is my buddy Rob's show. Oh, I'm sorry. And this was taken at Loch Ness. I'm watching to make sure because I'm waiting for this to be a prank or something like that. But
yeah,
this was taken at Loch Ness. This photo he sent.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna skim through. Let's see. What the fuck, dude? That is fucking out there. I think we reported on this too.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it. I don't see any bullshit that he would have thrown in. I'll bring it up.
Yep, let's check it out.
Okay. So I do remember this photo, though. This is a photo. It's a video we showed a while back. It was like the first Loch Ness Monster footage of the year. Somebody actually took the time and did close-up zoom-ins, footage to time with zoom-ins. Okay, so Can I bring this up any? No, I can't. Let me bring this up more. Now, it's a 4-minute clip, but you see this wake here kind of moving. Now, every once in a while, the camera's going to zoom in when the object or the creature breaks the wake.
Okay.
So, let me see. Can we just go ahead and skip ahead to where they do the zoom ins? All right, so there. Okay, here we go. Here's the first time something breaks the surface. And they actually zoom in on it. So there's something.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's plenty more zoom ins. There's plenty more zoom ins. I know that much. Skeletor says you'll see the head. There is one clip I saw, but I'll let Adam decide that. Let's see here. Here's the next zoom in. See, there's where it breaks the surface again.
Yeah.
And that could be it. That could be a seal. That looks like an alligator. Let me get to the next one here. All right, here we go. Here's that. I don't know what that is.
It's almost like a back and a neck.
Yeah, but then there's that stuff again, that weird section there.
Yeah.
And there it surfaces. It looks like an alligator profile. I think this is where he's talking about the head. No, that's not it.
No, it's
there. It is. Now that's interesting. Because look at the distance between where I think that's supposed to be the head and this second section here.
Okay.
That's, I don't know. We'll keep playing and see what else it says. Let's see. Skeletor says that's her head. That's really weird too. That looks like a snake right there. Hang on. It looks like how a snake would kind of undulate a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll get to the next one. I think there's one more. Okay, there's that one. This next one here, that looks like maybe a back.
Yeah, because that's not going to be the head because it looks like the wake it's creating
Yeah.
is way too far ahead for it to be the head. Might be the head of something else.
That, wow. That's got to be like her back. That's got to be like almost the back and maybe upper back, lower back area.
Okay.
If this is a legitimate creature.
Yeah.
Is that the last one? Or oh, here's one more. I don't know what that almost looks like a pair of eyes looking right at you.
Yeah, but I'm going to guess from the wake that
I'm gonna guess that's the wake. Yeah, it has to be.
maybe more of like a spine or a spike from the back.
Back of the neck, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's chasing something.
Mm.
Oh,
That looks like eyes.
that looks like eyes. That looks like a fucking head.
Yeah.
Julie's even right. The wake is so long. Skeletor, is that what they're saying the head is, or what? That looks like an alligator right there.
Mhm. Yeah.
That looks like a straight alligator. I'm not that he says apparently it shows the whole head. So wait, everything we've seen has been the head? That can't be. That can't be.
No.
That looks like
That I could kind of see as being her head, and maybe the rest of it has been shots of neck and back from various places, or even tail. Um, but this looks like eyes.
yeah,
Either that or this animal has glowing bits on its spine
like
that just reflect light. Really,
bioluminescence. Is that what you think?
maybe. I mean, I
Is that
don't.
what it's called when they have like that glow?
Yeah, when it's like a greenish or yellowish type of glow, it just kind of happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on the chemicals that are running through that affects it. 'Cause it's all about how they reflect back.
You see that on the he says he sees that on the rig all the time. Then send us some of these videos. Don't you record
Yeah,
them? Can't you like record and say, here you go, here's what I've seen on the rig or stuff like that?
you take some pictures if you can.
Yeah, take
I
some
understand
pictures.
it's I understand it's busy out on the rig, but if you can,
Says he never gets a chance to. Well, you watch my show and you're watching Rob's show. Surely you can take photos of what these things you see out on the rig. Yeah, Julie even says if I don't know if it's a dinosaur. I'd love for it to be a dinosaur, but I think it's more like this looks more crocodilian, alligator.
yeah, I'm kind of wondering if it has a crocodile face attached to an elongated neck.
That might be. That might be.
Because that would explain the snake-like, undulations that we talked about earlier.
Yep.
And then in that case, it's just creepy alligator head with snake body and tail.
I don't know. I don't know, man. But that is
I just know that wake was really long.
if how come nobody else has reported this? That wake was long, yeah. And also, I didn't when we first reported it when the video surfaced, we didn't think much of it. We just thought it was a wake. But now this video comes up and shows like close-ups and everything of the wake, and you see whoever did this. Hey, the cryptid factor, bravo,
Yeah.
bravo. Go
Well,
back
between
and
that
review.
and Chi Kelly.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this.
I mean,
There's
pretty
the
cool.
entire sequence there. Go back and do some other videos like this and tell me what you find. Footage sped
Yeah.
up to show the movement. So there's the actual movement of her. And there's the back area.
Yeah, I wonder if this is less video and more just rapid fire shots.
Still images like a rapid fire camera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then just placed together. That's why you see the hi video game.
Bad.
You see
Hi,
the
video game.
squares together, you know.
Dude, that is so weird.
Hmm.
I don't. How do you? How do you? How do you debug that?
I don't know that you necessarily can. I mean, the only questions you can really ask is that really Loch Ness? Um, and then outside of that, it's just questioning what the bits are. Yeah, there's the picture from before. So, I mean, I don't know that anyone's going to go out and make those type of faces with like masks or whatever. Um, it's just, yeah.
Apparently, Sky News reported on it. Yeah, I remember. I remember us talking about this. It's so weird,
Hmm.
and we have not heard. This is why I hate news now. All right, hey Skeletor, thank you very much for that, man. That's
Thank
a
you, Skeleton.
thank you for not doing your usual BS. You know, we know how you are on my show,
We'll
but
let Cooling Man stop by.
apparently Sky News did report on it. But
Okay.
let's see, dude, that's so weird. Okay, yeah, so Julie did just send me, man, your wife need to just join the show. This
Well,
is
she's part of my team.
yeah. So yeah, this was discovered in Wyoming a few years ago. It's more of an AI image. Yeah, I know, but it also reminds this is what supposedly the Loch Ness monster is a plesiosaur.
Yeah. And
But
that,
I'm sorry, I
yeah.
don't believe it's a plesiosaur. I mean, there's several characteristics of it being a plesiosaur, but there's no way a dinosaur, or let alone an ancient species of marine reptile, could survive. However, snaky crocodile face sea monster. That's kind of similar to what we just saw with the Nessie videos.
Yeah.
I don't remember what this one was called. Serpent sucops. Serpent sucops. Yeah, it's a plesiosaur, I think. It's an elasmosaur or plesiosaur. It's plesiosaur. But problem is that the picture we saw, the video shows like a more like rounded
The
snout.
eyes are more pronounced and stuff instead of just being flat in the back, unless the body itself, like if this is the head, the body would have to be curled down.
Well,
really
that's even assuming what we see in this picture here. I'm going to just share this. That's even assuming that's the head. That could be the back. That could be the tail. That could be. I mean, that kind of looks very head-like.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just we don't know.
Yeah.
Damn. And he says he sees this stuff all the time. It has more gator-like eyes. Yeah, that's the only thing that does kind of throw me off. But
well, you have to remember, if he sees this all the time, his rig is down in Louisiana.
Right.
There's gonna be gators down there. So if there's just a larger gator down there, would that really surprise any of us?
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is that this is the other thing too. This is in Loch Ness. Loch Ness is a freshwater cold lake. Gators could not really survive with that kind of cold. They could survive the fresh water, but not that kind of cold. The problem I have is that what the hell is that? Is that a dinosaur? Is this an alligator? Because and I mean, even then, the head looks very upright for like a gator.
It looks kind of scaly through the nose up through the eyes, which makes you think gator,
right?
And not plesiosaur.
Well, and the other thing too is that this thing is like we're only seeing the top of the head. There may be, we don't see the entire head. That's just the top.
Yeah.
Like you know how you see a hippo in the water, how they kind of peek up. You know, that's kind of what this guy's doing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not like we see it chomping into a huge fish.
No, that would have been really cool. Maybe that's what some of these earlier photos are, is it hunting a school of fish. Like that one there, maybe it caught something. Maybe it's chasing something there. That is weird there, though. That
now,
is
off to the right. If you look off to the right on that hump, yeah, like off more to the right side of that right hump, it looks like it kind of bumps over. Like that
Kinda.
could be the going back in.
Yeah.
And then the other, like in the two humps, you have that front hump with the eyes. And then you get the secondary hump that's kind of reduced. Like that's more neck or back.
Yeah, I don't know. That one there's really cool too.
Yeah.
That could be a neck coming out of the water, then going back down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good find, Skeletor. Thank you. Take some of those photos you supposedly get from the rig and show us. He's always talking like he said like a couple of weeks ago, he kept seeing, you know, UFOs out there. Never sends photos.
Yeah.
Never sends photos. I don't get why he does.
Photos were never happened, Skeletor.
Yeah, photos sure didn't happen. Yeah, it was really cool.
Give us something to analyze.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the aliens. I think we've delayed them enough. It's all over the news. I mean, it's every report we pulled up tonight has been space. Aliens, UFOs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Question is, it's like, you know, well, where do we start? Do we start with the pyramid? Do we start with what? I don't know yet.
I've been like while we've been talking, I've been looking at the FM radio signal from Jupiter's moon.
Yeah, that's a good one to start with. Let's start with that one. Or do you want?
It seems pretty interesting, honestly.
All right, let's see here. NASA recently extended the life of two of its planetary discovery missions, including the Juno mission to Jupiter. Now it's come to light Juno has discovered an FM signal emanating from one of the gas giant's moons.
Ganymede.
Ganymede. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The discovery of secret of truth and the proofreader when I can't read. The discovery is not an indication of extraterrestrial life, but it is fascinating nonetheless, given it's the first time it's been discovered coming from a celestial satellite. Patrick Wiggins says it's not ET. One of NASA's ambassadors to Utah said in comments obtained by Fox 8 Cleveland. This comes from the New York Post, by the way, not Fox News. Okay. It's more of a natural function. So the spacecraft, which launched in 2011, happened to be traveling across Jupiter's polar region at a speed of 1,847 miles per hour when it crossed the radio source known as the.
It's 111,847 miles.
Yeah, Tyler can't read and Tyler can't do numbers. Known as the decametric radio emission, or simply, really, that's what they named it. That's what they nicknamed it. Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so, well, it's Wi-Fi.
It's Wi-Fi.
I mean, it's what we use for Wi-Fi. It's not human made.
Right.
I mean, we just learned how to harness it to relay information and stuff like that. It's the same case here.
It saw the radio transmission. It saw the radio emission for only 5 seconds, but it was enough time to confirm the source. According to NASA, the decametric radio waves have frequencies between 10 to 40 megahertz, but never above 40 megahertz. electrons spiraling in Jupiter's magnetic field are thought to be the cause of the radio noise we hear. Scientists have known about radio waves on Jupiter since about the mid 1950s, but this is the first time the phenomenon has ever been seen emanating from Ganymede. The findings were recently published in a scientific journal, Geophysical Research Letters. While notable, this is the first time scientists have discovered. This is not the first time scientists have discovered strange occurrences on Ganymede. In 2018, researchers observed extraordinary electromagnetic waves, also known as Chorus waves, thanks to the Galileo spacecraft. Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, has long fascinated astronomers and is the largest of the planet's moons. In 2015, NASA's Hubble Space Telescope spotted evidence that Ganymede had an underground ocean. So Ganymede is kind of becoming the musical moon for Jupiter,
Yeah,
it seems
kinda,
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes from gravitational pull of both Jupiter and Ganymede versus each other, and that energy that they kind of push back and forth excites electrons, which causes the waves. And when we get our instruments up there, like Juno or Galileo, then we can read those things a lot more clearly than by the time they get to us here on Earth.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So it's neat. It's not alien.
No, they
It's
even come out and say it's not alien.
Yeah, it is planetary caused,
And they
naturally occurring. So it's neat, and it appears to be more clickbait.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's clickbait. It's interesting the fact that it sparks off a radio transmission every once in a while, but it's
Yeah.
mostly just static. It's because of the protons in the air. So that's really cool, though.
Yeah.
All right, this one I want to get your input on.
Okay.
So recently, NASA has invested a lot of time and energy and resources into gathering vast amounts of footage of Mars. From photographs to videos to live streams from rovers, a South African researcher has been combing through some of it and uncovered a very peculiar images from 2006, what looks like a UFO that crashed on the red planet.
All right.
Let's see this. He's all right. Okay, I smell bullshit already, but let's get into it. Gene Ward was going through some footage taken by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. We discovered it on site at the bottom of the Candor Chasm, a large canyon in Mars that valleys the Marianas system. The hell does that mean? Said to be the planet's equivalent of the Grand Canyon. In fact, it is considered the largest known canyon in the solar system, and in it, Gene focused on what he called a strange trench. At the end of the trench, there was a, quote, perfect disc that is mostly covered in sand and debris, and behind it, we have sand dunes. Okay. This is why we bring Adam on, because he gets
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have nice things. Now, the video itself, kind of, somebody else is recording the video. I'm not sure who this guy is. But there you go. There is the supposed image.
Okay.
Can we get this gentleman going closer?
It'd be nice.
Here we go. He does go in closer. There it is. Now, he also did remove some of the, I want to point out, he did digital edit it. He removed some of the sand dunes. I mean, it does kind of look like a crash site, but I don't think it's necessary.
Okay, my initial thoughts on this is, like, if you go in and pause it real fast, the disc that is shown at the top, the red thing was just around. That would be formed the same ways that these sand dunes are formed in there. It's just wind coming across the top, and that's just how it lands as it runs out of sand or as it pushes sand across. It's just that one's going to appear more circular because of where the land ends and the trench begins.
I don't think this is a UFO. I don't think it's a UFO
No,
that's crash landed.
I don't either.
I think it may be possible this is some piece of space debris, maybe a meteor, a comet, and it created this kind of strange, peculiar sight because that's where the impact ended. But I don't think this is a UFO.
My thought, I do think something hit here. It's not a UFO. But if you look at this picture specifically, you see how it comes to that triangle point
Uh-huh.
at the top? That tells me that maybe the object that struck hit a hard material that caused it to jump out.
That's a possibility, yeah.
Just a thought. I know I could very well be wrong, but that is my opinion as to what I believe happened
I don't
there.
think that's a UFO. I think let's see, can we get to the part before he has the dudes out? All right, so there's the actual canyon itself that's been described. Let's
Okay.
see. There's the actual images. And there you can see he does edit some of that out.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a UFO. I think it's more of just a piece of space debris or space junk.
Yeah.
Does he do any more?
Space debris, asteroid, something
Yeah.
that hit, but I do think that the object that struck the planet and got drugged that far, the speed wasn't high enough, and it began to slow and hit something hard that it couldn't break through. So instead, it popped it up and out.
Yeah, I don't think that is
Now, whether it had enough speed to leave orbit or just land somewhere else on the planet, that I don't know. But it looks like something could have popped out of that. Nothing stopped.
yeah, I don't think it's a UFO. And if that's the case, I mean, you're talking about something that crash lands on that planet that you would also have that thing would have shattered depending on the speed it was going because most aircraft, when an aircraft, especially like for example, let's take a fighter jet. When it crashes, you're not going to get the entire fighter jet completely restored like it just landed there. No, it's going to be in pieces.
Yeah.
I would figure if that's a UFO and it hit the surface of Mars, then it would have shattered and maybe even broken apart. It also depends on the material it's made of. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're assuming Earth material and how it reacts to when it hits the ground.
Uh-huh.
We don't know what alien material or technology was employed in this. So, according to what we know, if it was like a plane or some type of space ship, I guess we'll go with loosely. Yes, Bugs Bunny took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There it is. Marvin the Martian. It's not alien, it's just Marvin the Martian.
Tried to get the Q-47 modulator, which is always just a stick of TNT. But if it was a aircraft, as we know it, it's in pieces. It's shattered and strewn all over. If it's an alien craft, there's still going to be a lot of heavy damage. There's no way that the back end of a saucer is going to remain saucer-like. I mean, as far as we know, anyway. Have the rover go over there and take samples of the circle.
Aren't they getting ready to send another rover up here in a few years?
I don't know. It wouldn't really surprise me.
Because they got the one up there that's got the drone, the gyrocopter drone, but I thought they were getting ready to send another one up.
Yeah. Just send someone in one of the Teslas and they can just drive around. Put solar panels on the car. It'll be fine, right?
I gotta get to this one because I saw this one earlier this morning, and this one I've got to get Adam's intake on. However, this one I cannot find any clearer photos because it was shared exclusively to the site Coast to Coast with George Norrie. So apparently George Norrie had Blake Sinclair on the show. Now I'm going to look up Sinclair real quick. Blake Sinclair is a author, and he's also. When I say this, this name is good. This is literally what they say. Blake Sinclair is a Rekai practitioner and Grand Knight Commander for the Equestrian Order of Michael Archangel.
Okay.
Again, we're not throwing shade at Mr. Sinclair. No. We're just naming what his title is. Author Blake Sinclair is a Rekai practitioner and Grand Knight Commander for the Equestrian Order of Michael Archangel.
Okay, you want to hear something funny before we continue? On my last show, I played as Michael the Archangel.
Okay, we're ending the show then because you're going to cause the end of the world, for God's sakes. No, the last show you're on. All right.
If I'm actually Michael the Archangel, we all have an issue.
So apparently during this show, Blake Sinclair shared a series of photos. Now, the photos are what he believes to be extraterrestrial. Now, the interesting thing about these photos, I'm going to see if I can't find a better image of them on Google. The weird thing about these photos is that he doesn't say where they came from.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Okay.
He doesn't say, like, I got these. He's got Instagram. Maybe they're on here. He doesn't say whether he got these, like, say, if these are his personal photos or if he got these from a friend or something along those lines. I'm not even finding them.
Okay, so there's not a source.
There's not really a source. No, let me make sure. I want to make sure there's not a source. Okay, so here's what I'm looking down here. Sinclair described a mystical encounter with Archangel Michael during his spiritual journey. Through meditation, he experienced a dark entity that was warded off by a powerful angelic figure wielding a sword, whom he later identified as the Archangel Michael. This experience reinforces connection to the Archangel and influenced the naming of the order. Sinclair shared details of a paranormal encounter involving his friend in Washington, who captured images of an extraterrestrial entity near her home. Okay, so this is his friend.
Okay.
All right, so this is his friend. Sinclair shared messages from extraterrestrial beings, specifically from the Andromeda Council. We're just going to see the photos. We're not going to get into that stuff because I could spend a whole show going off about that stuff. All right. For the photos, I can't tell. But one of the photos, I can honestly say there's something. So here is the photos of Blake Sinclair's friend experiencing some kind of extraterrestrial. I can't make these any bigger. I've tried to zoom them in. Let me see.
Okay,
I can zoom them in a little bit more. That's better, but I can't get rid of the heading here.
Yeah.
Can I do this, maybe? Can I do this? Let me try this. Let me save it to the computer and see if that works.
I'd be careful about that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's how you get viruses and stuff like that. But let's see. There's those two. Okay, there's the one that I really want to share. There's 3 photos. Okay. All right. So here is the first set. Get that as big as I possibly can. That's about as big as you can get with the whole photo.
Okay, so you can definitely see one person in there.
I see a pair of legs.
Yeah.
I see a pair of legs and it looks like a blob.
Yeah, a blob is a torso.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't really know what I'm looking at. It looks
Yeah,
like a
I
wall,
can't
obviously a
I can't
floor.
tell either. I almost want to say it looks like a kid, but the problem is I'm not seeing the head or the hands, but I see what looks like the stomach, the back, and the legs, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I can't tell with that one. Now, let me bring up the one that I feel does show something.
Okay.
And this one here, I think you are going to have a hell of a time. Wait, hang on a minute. Did I save those?
Oh.
Surely I saved those. Yes, I saved those. Okay. Now here is the second one. Now we'll start out from far away and I'll zoom in. All right, so there you got what looks like a driveway. These were taken on about 2 years ago. Do you see
Okay.
anything?
Looking here. I don't know if I'm supposed to be looking in the car or near the wall.
There's something in the car, looks like.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay. That's as close as we can get, right?
That's about as close as I can. Well, maybe. That's about as close as I can get there.
Okay. And it looks like there's something, whether or not it's humanoid or not. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it could be something as easy as someone's blanket in there or a shirt. Or,
A blanket or a shirt folded with the shadows to
or
make it look
even
like.
or even a seat cover. It could be a seat cover.
It looks more like whatever it is. It's leaning over the steering wheel, looking up like this, like it's looking up over the. But I can't. And the original photo was at a full 100%, but I can't clear it up anymore to make it look better.
Yeah.
See, this is the photo originally, and I can't.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the Archangel Michael.
Bird driving it. I mean, that's
Yeah. There you go. It's an extraterrestrial driving their brand new car. There you go. We cracked it. We got it.
yeah. Some alien just saw the new Ford Explorer and was like, "I got to get me one of those." Took it for a test drive. Decided he didn't like it.
Yep. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's about as conclusive as the Blob in the pictures that you showed last.
yeah, at least with this one
There's no
here.
arms. It's not a distinguishable head. It's just it might as well be Play-Doh.
At least with this one here, we can see there's something, but what that is, we can't see.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's rather interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think? Just some alien trying out his new ride, or I don't think there's.
No, it's funny. It's funny to think that, but I don't think this is anything of real consequence, really. I don't think it's an alien, but I don't think it's human either. The car could just be parked. It's not like
Could
it was
just
driving.
be. I mean, maybe it's not even an alien. Maybe what we're looking at here is not even an extraterrestrial. Maybe it's a ghost.
That could be too. It has just as much evidence to be that as it does.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the original photo we looked at a minute ago, can I bring that one back up? You look at the original photo we looked at just a little while ago.
It's like it had legs that you can tell were legs, but
Right.
it had kind of a hazy torso.
That could be ghost. That could be that could be just a specter trying to manifest itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. But these are the the three images he shared. One looks like the inside of a house, and the other one shows a driveway. And I have no idea what they are supposed to be. He claims they're extraterrestrial. I'm looking at him thinking that one I can at least see that it's something.
Well, I look at that picture and I see where it looks like its face is, and it looks like it has a beak. That's why I made the big bird comment. Like it looks like a bird, like a duck almost. Like right there, it looks to be the face, but there's a point coming out toward the front of the car, and it looks like a beak to me.
I mean, this right here?
Yeah. That looks like a beak. Now, does that mean it's a new bird creature? No, but it takes away from it being human.
It's Daffy Duck. Because see, look, I mean, you got Julie saying Bugs Bunny took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Well, Daffy Duck drove by and got mistaken for an alien.
He was
I don't
leaving
know.
to go pick up Daisy.
I have no idea. I have no idea what it is. Yep. All right. Well, let's get to a few more. A new U.S. bill aims to force full UFO disclosure in 270 days. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, no way.
That's not going to happen. We've tried that for years.
You might as well just say, hey, we're going to start selling tickets to Area 51.
Remember when they tried rushing Area 51?
Yeah.
I actually had a friend of mine who went to that.
Really?
Yeah, I had a friend of mine. I got to find the photos. They're on my computer somewhere. But they turned it from let's rush Area 51 to it was like a UFO Area 51 alien stock.
Okay.
And he went to Vegas and he went and saw the bands. He had a good time. And then a bunch of people actually did go out to the gate at Area 51. And he said there were helicopters flying overhead. There were tanks that were parked. There was a tank parked, he said. And it made them realize, yeah, maybe rushing this motherfucker's not the best idea.
Yeah.
But he said they were ready for it. They didn't have the huge turnout like they claimed, like they want like thousands and thousands and thousands of people, millions. They can't kill us all. That was the argument. They were going to try. They were going to try for whatever it was.
Just a huge number of people, tens and tens of people.
Yeah, let me see here. Let's see if I can find them on my computer real quick. But new bill. Let me talk about this real quick. Tim Burchett is introducing a new bill designed to force the U.S. government to release all of its UFO files.
Never gonna happen.
Not happening. At only one. Oh, this really ain't happening. At only 1.5 pages in length, the bill entitled the UAP Transparency Act isn't exactly very large. If it did pass, however, it would force the President of the United States to not only order the government and its agencies to release all UFO-related documents to the public, but also additional files every quarter to update both the House and the Senate on the progress towards its goal. Burchett,
there's only one way that's getting passed.
How's that?
Tack that onto a government-wide raise of like 10 to 20%. That's how that will pass.
Yeah, that's the only way that's going to pass.
Yeah. By itself, not a chance in hell.
Yeah, there's no damn way. There is absolutely no way. Now I'm looking to find those photos because there was one photo he took that showed an Apache flying overhead. It was really cool. Have you noticed too that the whole UFO thing, we were getting a lot of stuff on UFOs back around like 2019, 2020. That's when the government really started looking into it. And then ever since, and I'm not getting political. I'm not.
Yeah.
So nobody think differently. I'm just saying this is what happened. When Trump was in office, we had more UFO related documents coming out from the government. When Biden got into office, those went away. Now, granted, we've had the Senate and Congress do it, but Biden just kind of like, no, we're not talking about that. No. You don't get to see the aliens. You get to see me stumble and fall. It's like, what the hell just happened?
He shows you an alien every time he falls upstairs.
Yeah. Well, he's got an alien shaped head. It wouldn't surprise me if that's an alien.
Yeah.
Um,
No. You look at Trump and he has anti-gravity hair.
there,
So,
there you go. It's two aliens fighting over control of the earth. It's literally that Simpsons meme. Remember the Simpsons Halloween special where they had the two aliens? One was Bob Dole, the other one was like Bill Clinton.
yeah.
And they were like, well, you got to vote for one of us because you can't vote for anybody else. That's what it is. Donald Trump is an alien from one area and Joe Biden's an alien from the other. There you go. Cracked it.
Yeah. Gotta vote for one because that's all we put up to vote for.
Yeah. You want to vote for Robert F. Kennedy? Oh, he's not in there.
We cracked it, Tyler. We cracked it.
Simpsons predicted the future again. Damn
Yeah.
it, how they keep doing that.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this election. I'm not looking forward to this election.
There's not a way we win.
There's really not.
Yeah.
And this bill,
until we elect smarter, younger people, we don't win.
the problem is, and the thing is too, is like this bill, it's a page and a half long.
Yeah.
You could not. That's how much faith this guy has.
Yeah.
That's how much faith this guy has. This guy does a page and a half long of why, and it's like you said, the only way this bill will pass, the only way, is if it gets attached to another bill that gives it the potential to have a raise.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. You're right.
Maybe they get a raise per bill they pass. Appeal to their greed.
It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. I would love full disclosure, but it's not gonna happen. Period.
It's like, how are we gonna know if it's full disclosure? And if so, does it have to be on time, or can they wait a few years before sending out the information?
Right. Oh, I found it. I found the photo he sent me. Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, it's maybe after this election, maybe we'll get more maybe after this election we'll get more evidence. Maybe they'll start focusing on it more, because obviously they're not gonna get much done this year because it's election year. Everybody's trying to, run for election. You're like, vote for me or reelect me, that kind of stuff. No matter what, election year, it doesn't matter who it is or what party. It's always a year where very little gets done, unless it's an emergency situation. Unless it's like an emergency, like say a flood.
Yeah, a flood, a hurricane.
Yeah, that's about it. It's not a shot towards anybody.
An earthquake, like a really bad earthquake, or a wildfire, or some sort of natural disaster.
Yeah,
that's really bad. Guarantees something will get done.
Yeah, and now what'll happen is they'll do the election year. They'll see who gets elected or who gets nominated, who becomes elected, or who gets stays in office, and then you'll probably start seeing more stuff like this, like the whole UFO disclosure stuff. I hate to say it, but probably next spring, because they got to go through the inaugurations for everybody. After the elections, everybody's got to get settled. They got to meet everybody. Oh, I'm the senator from Massachusetts. And I'm a Democrat. This is what I stand for. That kind of stuff. You won't see anything like a push for it, because I know a lot of people want to see like the legalization of marijuana, full disclosure. You won't see anything like that until like next year.
Yeah.
And by the way, for anybody who is wondering, here is. Look at that. Can I make it any bigger? Okay. He took that photo. He said, "That's the crowd. That's the whole crowd."
Okay.
There was only 75 people that night that went out there. He said you could see the alcohol and you could smell the drugs, but he said there is 2 helicopters and an M1 Abrams tank parked at the fence specifically for 75 people.
It's like they knew with this alien fest something could happen.
Literally,
so they were just ready.
yeah.
They had like a plant in there or something, so that as soon as people started flaking off to do this, the plant was like, "Hey, they're coming." Yeah,
My buddy,
get the helicopters into the air.
my buddy Andrew said that he went out there and he said it was a lot of fun, but he met a group of people and they were, I got to get him on the show. Maybe he can talk about it. Is he on? No, he's not on. Maybe. Can I text him? Is he here? Is he online? Let's see if I can text him.
See. It makes for an entertaining story.
See if I can get him to come on. Hold on, let's see. Oh, he's working. Because I just looked. He's working. He works at Belleville. But he went out there. He said it was a lot of fun. He said there was a lot of young kids, a lot of elderly people out there too. And he said it was just one big, massive party, kind of like a Woodstock, like he said. And he met up with a group of people from, I believe he said they're from Nebraska. And they made the comment they were going to drive out to Area 51, which is like several hours away from fucking Las Vegas. This is during the time when the party's dying down. So he's like, yeah, sure, I'll go out there. And he was amazed that there were still people out here at the gate. There was only very few, but he said the thing that really shook him, that spooked him, was the fact that there were several helicopters and a tank sitting at the gate. So even if this shit went out of hand, they were ready.
Yeah.
What was the argument? Oh, they can't kill us all. You're lying. They will take a good number of you out.
No, from what you see, they can't kill you all quickly.
Right.
Just saying. I'm pretty sure they could kill you all if they wanted. And they could have done it before you got there.
Yeah, they could have.
Yeah.
All right, got a few more stories to get to, and then we'll wrap it up for a night. So this is interesting here. Once again, from Mexico, there's a lot of UFO news coming from Mexico. A bizarre statue striking resemblance of an alien being was recently unearthed in Mexico through an examination by archaeologists, indicated that the puzzling piece is not an ancient depiction of an otherworldly visitor, though, according to local media report. The curious sculpture, see below, I'll bring photos up here in a minute, was discovered last Wednesday by maintenance workers clearing out a drainage channel in the city of Acapulco. Pictures of the peculiar find were subsequently posted to social media and quickly went viral, many speculating the weird-looking entity as an alien. Ironically, that wild theory turned out to be correct. However, the origin of the sculpture are not quite as fantastic. This is the part where it's going to get really interesting, because this is you talked about earlier, jump to conclusions. This is the jump to conclusions things for sure. When experts from Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History examined and unearthed the unearthed piece, they determined that the depiction of the entity was unlike anything in pre-Hispanic culture. This led to conclude that the piece was not archaeologically significant. On the contrary, they indicated the piece seems to correspond to a series of current manufactured sculptures that reflect a popular imagery of aliens made by artisans from Western Mexico.
Okay.
As for how it wound up in the drainage channel, it is believed that the statue came from a home that was destroyed when Hurricane Otis swept over the area last autumn. So this is a statue. Bring up the photos. We talked a couple weeks now about the mummies they've been finding in Mexico. Here is the statue that they believe is actually belonging to somebody and made by somebody and not a legitimate statue.
Okay.
Yeah, a few more images there. It's a little weathered, but I think it looks like it's been designed to look weathered. There you go. There's a close up of the face. So they think this thing got washed away by Hurricane Otis, which was a couple years ago. That I can honestly say does look like it's something because it looks more like it's H.R. Giger inspired, you know?
Yeah.
There's where it was found. There's the actual site. Let me go back to some of the photos. I want to picture the front. Right there. Very H.R. Giger like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's honestly what they're saying is true. It's something that somebody bought or made and it just got washed away by the hurricane.
Yeah. I don't really think it comes from a real source. Like someone was sculpting after an alien they saw. It may have been something, it might have been a picture or something that they may have seen, or maybe based off of a story that had
Yeah.
gone through history. But yeah, this is in one of the pictures, they described it as kind of serpent like.
Uh-huh.
Or at least that's what I'm guessing, since I don't really know Spanish, but it said serpente.
It is maybe somewhat serpent-like based upon this area here. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely something someone made, and it's not depicting anything that we know of, but we also know that, you know, many people have ordered stuff for their
Yeah,
home.
I think it's really interesting though, considering all the mummy stuff we've covered that's come out of Mexico. Oh, here's the actual canal they found it in. That's kind of interesting there. That's the actual canal itself. I think it's kind of interesting though how like you have all the mummy talk coming out of Mexico, then you have this statue, which don't get me wrong, it looks like it does not look like it belongs like an ancient civilization made that statue. No, it looks like someone just bought it and
Just
said,
made it to sell, and someone bought it, and then the hurricane put it into this drainage ditch.
more or less,
Because
yeah.
pushing water through.
What is that? That looks interesting there. If that is a similar statue, so this drainage ditch just gather up all these sculptures? There's the first one. I'd be more interested in that thing there. Just put that over my pool I just set up the other day. Big old statue of Anubis. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's kind of interesting though, too. It doesn't say anything about that other statue though. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Because if they were going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, it's a statue that we found, and here's this other statue here, that would have been like, well, no, wait a minute, hold up. But I think it's what they're saying it is. It's just something they found. There's the actual statue when they discovered it.
Okay.
I guess that's the gentleman who unearthed it. Let's see, that's where it was found. Yeah, that's in a man-made aqueduct there. There's no way an ancient civilization would be able to plant that in there when they didn't even have, they're not even around anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a case.
They were just going to teleport it right in there.
Yeah.
That, right?
They teleported like those videos we saw earlier where it was like, oh, that's poor video editing. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. I got, let's see. Going through here. Let's see. I want to save that one for Rob when he comes on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 6 more stories. 6 more stories. And then we'll bump out of here for our Memorial Day. So this is one that popped out yesterday. Justin Coynes is a groundskeeper at Glamping Collective campsite.
Okay.
And he came across the charred remains of a strange object that fell along the nearby forest trails.
Okay.
Measuring it about an inch around and 3 foot across, the mysterious object was so heavy and unwieldy that Claudes had to resort to using a lawnmower to tow it back to the campgrounds. Okay. Almost completely black and in color, the object had several metal plates and rivets attached to it, while its surface was covered with what looked like charred or frayed carbon fiber. Given the place where it was found, Claudes believes that it fell from the sky and possibly even from space. We don't know what it is. We just know that it's not from up here. It's just one of the million chances.
So space debris.
It's a piece of space debris. However, they're not sure what kind of space debris it is. I'll bring the pictures up. Maybe you might be able to identify what this is. I can't. It looks like a control circuit of some type. There's a gentleman. And then there's the parts. There's the piece that he found.
It's not of anything I'm familiar with off the top of my head.
Maybe a piece of a. Well, we have had a lot of solar flares lately. Maybe it's a piece of a satellite that entered the atmosphere and blew up, and that's what it is.
Maybe
Piece of space junk. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's definitely space junk.
Well, what's really interesting about it though is that you see these parts here are all charred, but you got these little plates here, like you said, that are just they don't look like they're burned at all.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if there's something like tungsten or like titanium
Can we get another
to
photo?
keep things kind of bracketed together. But whatever that went through, it was more than enough to tear it from whatever it was holding on to.
Let's see. Here's the actual news report. Going over it. There it is.
Oh, wow.
That is so weird looking, though.
Mm-hmm.
See, there he even shows it's charred. That's weird, too. You got all these metal pieces there, and you got like some kind of weaving.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like maybe... Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
What's he saying?
Past my waist. It's heavy duty. You can see all the reinforcements, the bolts, the carbon fiber. And then check this out. Look how thick this material is through the middle, almost an inch thick.
The object's weight so heavy that Justin had to tow the thing.
I just tied a rope to it and drug it out with the lawnmower. It's just a 1 in a million chance, that it lands. Especially if it landed somewhere off the trail in the woods, you'd never found it, but it just happened to land on the trail.
So what is it, and how did it even get here?
I looked up in the trees and stuff, and it just landed perfectly in the trail and then through an opening in the woods.
So none of the trees or leaves around it looked like they had caught fire or anything like that?
No.
A piece of debris this big, you'd figure someone would have at least heard it land.
There's going to be some kind of a sound, you would assume.
Not up here. Once you get so far in that trail, you don't really hear nothing. The woods.
Glamping Collective's owner plans on reaching out
Looks like a cool place to camp.
figure out what this thing is and where it came from. Until then, this just remains a mystery in the mountains. In Canton, Mark Liverman, News 13.
I don't know.
Yeah, with as thick as it is and all the different materials used, I'm thinking, yeah, it's part of a satellite or part. It's definitely space junk, but I think it's
Yep.
a torn off part of a satellite. Now, whether it's a U.S. satellite or whatever country, that we obviously don't know from what we see. But all the materials used are definitely of Earth origin. Origin, yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, if there's no sign of someone just bringing it out and dude just found it in the middle of the forest, I'm gonna bet space junk.
I don't think it's a piece of like some kind of alien ship or lost civilization, but it looks like I'm gonna go with you and say it's gotta be a piece of a satellite booster, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys say we do just 2 more videos and we call it?
Okay.
2 more videos and we call it. Let's go on 9:30. So I think
We'll
pretty sure
save
everyone.
some for the next show.
Yeah. All right. Here's another video for you, Adam. This is one you're gonna look at. A strange piece of security camera footage from a farm in El Salvador shows an eerie figure strolling past a farm animal before vanishing into thin air. The creepy scene
Okay.
was reportedly captured in late March in the town of Chalantago and went viral on social media in Latin America after resurfacing online this past week. In the odd video shown above, a diminutive figure appears out of nowhere, walks in front of an animal that is resting on the ground, and the spooky interloper then simply disappears as 2 creatures in the footage carry on, seemingly unaware of what had just briefly visited them. Since posted online, the footage has unsurprisingly sparked a manner of theories as to what the small figure could have been. Some have suggested that the anomalous humanoid was an alien, or perhaps a supernatural entity such as a goblin. Didn't we cover goblins last week with the chicken?
Yes, we did.
That's another damn chicken. Another theory reportedly put forward by people in the community is that the figure is a ghost child that is something of a local urban legend. All right, let me bring up the video and we'll let Adam decide whether this is legitimate or if it's another chicken. Adam's already just like, son of a bitch. There you go.
Okay, so I see it kind of walking, and you still see bits of it as it crosses the rest after it kind of fades out. Yeah, there it goes. Still there. And you see a little movement there and a little movement there.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't completely disappear, but something happened to make it disappear. There and there. So, and it does have a weird walking gait to it, too.
Yeah, it does.
But I'm going to guess that there's not another animal in that particular pen. It seems to hold those 2 cows, and they're not really disturbed by it. So it's
they
not
don't even recognize it. They're just like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go on a whim and say it's not a goblin, that's for sure.
No. It's not chicken because it's too big to be a chicken.
I'd actually say maybe a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has that chance. Maybe if like a previous owner or worker there passed, or maybe the child of a previous worker died there or something.
Maybe.
But whatever it is, I'm about 90% sure it's not a living creature.
Right. I don't know what it is.
And I'm 100% sure it's not a human. So
No,
I'm
no.
thinking that this one's kind of swinging toward ghost or specter of some type. Um, I mean, because it does fade in and out near the end of the shots where you can still see clearly. And there's no reason why it should fade in and out.
Yeah. No, no. I think it might be a spirit. Could be just a reflection of someone behind the camera. I don't know.
Yeah. And with the weather going as it was, that's hard to video manipulate.
Yeah. All right, let's just go ahead and do two more stories. We'll get out of here. There was a lot this week, and a lot was mostly on aliens. Earlier this month, 3 Thai villagers were searching for mushrooms in the Dong Ye Wildlife Sanctuary, and they found much more than fungi hidden in a lush jungle. The trio stumbled upon a sculpture of a woman carved into stone. Went mushroom hunting and found this. Pramul Kongrak, one of the villagers who found the sculpture, wrote on social media, according to the nation Thailand's Prem Natika. I actually got that right, I think. I think I freaking got that right. I lived here so long, but just learned we have had this around here. It's a blessing. So they went searching and they found the statue. It's a carving in stone of a woman that some believe might be depicts the Maya Devi, the mother of Siddhara Gautama or Buddha. Some believe it's a carving from the Dvaravati era, a Southeast Asian kingdom that flourished between the 6th and 11th century. They're not sure what it is. The sculpture was someone who saw ancient art, like ancient Indian art, and imitated it, is what Chita Tingsachali, an art historian, it's in Silparkin University in Thailand. So they literally found a sculpture that they've never seen or identified before. And here's a sculpture. Nobody's ever discovered this. They just found it while mushroom hunting. Look at that. That's in stone.
I can see how they could miss it. There's not a huge amount of detail except for on her face.
Yeah.
If you weren't looking for it, or you may easily miss it. So it's not a deep engraving.
You can barely you can see the face very well, but the rest of the body, that's very faded.
It would be easy to overlook.
Yeah. I like how this guy here has got an M16 right there. What kind of mushrooms are you hunting, sir? I want to hunt them. I don't know. It's very cool looking. I like it.
Yeah. It's cool that they found something like that.
Makes you wonder if there's anything else in the area.
Yeah. If I were them, I would, get some people out there. Maybe see if there's something else in that hard rock if they got rid of the dirt around it.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Not only think
I would think there would be, heightened interest in that area.
I got a fly or something buzzing around here. It's pissing me off. Let's see. As far as the age of the statue, the sculpture, scientists are in serious disagreement. The sculpture is believed to possibly be a replication of another statue found in a Buddhist temple in Thailand's capital, while others also claim that the sculpture itself may actually be something new. Let's see, I'm going to butcher this name for damn sure. The pipal tree, also known as the sacred fig, Budai, or peepal tree, is native to Southeast Asia and revered by Buddhists and Hindus. The newly discovered carving is located less than a mile from a historic Buddhist temple, the Wat Pa Ka Kro Jai. I hope I got that correct. That is literally how it's pronounced. It's Wat Pa Ka Kra Jai. Additionally, a group of monks known for their historic artistic skills did occupy the area just under 7 decades ago, per Thai PBS World. Until experts can finish their study on the sculptured woman, her origin and identity will remain a mystery. So they think this might be from this Buddhist temple.
Okay.
That's kind of cool though. So they just carved it and left it there. That's really cool. I like that. All right. Let's go ahead and get to the final story for tonight. We'll end the show. Speaking of China, 3 skulls, known collectively as the Yangtze Man, were discovered in 1989, 1990, and 2022 at the Zuto. Why do we got to talk
Take
about
your time, man. Take your time.
Zhutanglizganzi site in China's Yongyang district. The 2 were crushed and distorted, though the third managed to avoid too much damage. For decades, the question of which human ancestors the skulls belonged to continued to endure. Some believe the skulls were of early Homo sapiens, while others thought they were more likely to Homo erectus. Now, through painstakingly reconstructing one of the skulls using 3D model software, scientists have concluded that it is in fact a hybrid.
Okay, so like a missing link, if you will.
The last common ancestor of modern humans and the long-lost dragon man lineage. The reconstructed Yuxan 2 suggests that it's an early member of the Asian dragon man lineage, which probably includes the Denisovans and is a sister group of the Homo sapien lineage, the study's author wrote. Both Homo sapiens and dragon man lineage had deep roots extending beyond the Middle Pleistocene. And the basal between the Yuxan fossil cranium suggests it represents a population lying close to the last common ancestor of the 2 lineages. So the dragon
how
man.
much alcohol was involved for a dragon man to impregnate a Homo sapien woman?
There's your dragon man skull. Now, when they're saying it's a dragon man, this is what's really weird, is that I look at this, I'm thinking this has got to be a joke. The dragon man.
I look at this and I see orangutan or ape.
I'm going to say
Says it's
perhaps
cool.
ape, yes.
I don't think dragon man.
What's a dragon man? What is that? Okay, here we go. Homo longi is an extinct species of archaic human identified from a nearly complete skull nicknamed the Dragon Man. Okay, so these are actual legitimate species.
Okay.
I thought they were going way out the left field and saying it's a dinosaur person.
Yeah.
I thought when I heard the term Dragon Man, that's what I thought. Here you go. Let me pull this one down. We'll pull up the Dragon Man. That's what he supposedly looks like. Okay.
Not what I would have thought when you say dragon man.
Yeah, I know. When you hear the term Dragon Man, you're thinking, like a dragon person or, something from like mythology.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Or like from an RPG or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of, obviously half human, but has dragon type features, maybe a dragon-esque face or a tail or something.
Right. Let's see. After geochemical detective work to locate where the fossil was likely found and painstaking comparison of its distinctive features with those of early humans. Some scientists investigating the find believe the cranium from Harbin, which is the location where it was found, could represent an entirely new human species, Homo longi or Dragon Man. If so, they further suggest it may even be the human lineage most closely related to ourselves. So that might be.
So, wait. So they're saying that it's Homo erectus, and then this Dragon Man, and then us.
Um,
I think?
Homo longi. Let's see. Homo erectus, and then it goes Homo sapiens. Then it goes Homo longi. Or no, Homo erectus, Homo longi. Yeah, that has to be what they're saying.
Okay.
This is a species in between. So
Erectus, Longi, Sapiens.
yeah, so erectus would be Neanderthal.
Yeah.
And then this would be Dragon Man, as it's called. So is this the missing link between man and Neanderthals?
That's what I guess.
I guess that's what it would. That's what they're saying it is. Yeah, because Denisovans, Denisovans are the first fossil find, the first fossil location for Homo sapiens. That's where Homo sapiens first pop up, is with Denisovans.
Okay.
So that would make this guy. Yeah, this guy would basically be in between Neanderthal and humans.
Yeah, without additional findings, he's as close to the missing link as we have.
He's the missing link between Neanderthal and humans. They're still trying to find the missing link between man and
ape.
Yeah, man and ape, which that's going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah.
How have I never put this screen protector on my TV? I just found a screen protector I didn't even know I had. Son of a gun. I'm sorry, but when I heard the term Dragon Man, I thought, oh, this is some kind of alien thing. No, apparently not.
No, I immediately thought, okay, it's in China, so we're thinking Chinese Dragon Man.
Yeah. Now here's where the skull was found. The number 3 skull of Yuxan Man was unearthed in Liangzi site in Cheyenne, central China's Hubei province. The skull fossil, roughly 1 million years old, is believed to be the most intact Homo erectus specimen. Okay, so it is technically. So they're claiming originally it was a Neanderthal, but now they're saying it may actually be a new species. It may actually be, like they said, the link between Neanderthal and humans.
Okay.
So, yep, there's where they found a skull right there. There's, you can see a couple bones right there. Looks like maybe a leg.
Yeah.
That's really fascinating. That picture right there, this will point out. That picture right there depicts human history right now to a T. You have the past, you have the beginning of humanity up until right now, which would be considered the apex. You have people who have cell phones. You have one guy there, he's got a cell phone out taking pictures. You have cameras, you have technology. That itself is the encompass of humanity's time on Earth right there, summed up in one picture. That's a great picture. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you go from the origins, from the beginning to now. That's a great picture. That's fascinating. All right. Well, I've got nothing else. I think we can save the other stories for later.
Yeah.
Save them for when Rob comes on. I think he's pretty sure he's working tonight. I have heard nothing. All right. Well, what did we learn tonight? We learned there's actually pretty damn good video of the Loch Ness Monster that's went under the radar.
Yeah. We learned that skeleton can actually be a source of news for this show.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see Skeletor come on this show.
As soon as I saw it was Skeletor, I was kind of frightened to see where the show was going to go.
And then there's Corey. Hey, Corey.
Howdy, Corey. Like,
I was surprised
honestly,
to see him jump on.
It's like, honestly, Skeletor, I think, kind of made the show a bit better tonight than what it could have been.
Skeletor spooked me. He comes on, I guess this is his brother's Facebook page. I don't know how. He's always said, I'll never use Facebook. I never use Facebook. And he says it's his brother's Facebook page. That's just interesting. Skeletor, if you're watching, have your brother add me on Facebook. Maybe we can bring you on as a guest on the other. You're not coming on a guest with this show. You'll never come on as a guest with this show. Rob would kill me. Rob would kill me if Skeletor came on.
Now that being said, Skeletor, if you have more really good video like you had tonight, please send that in.
Yeah, that. See, I almost wanted to toss the Loch Ness Monster out. I thought Nessie was fake and it was probably dead or something like that. No, there was something in that video.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know what it was. I'm not going to say it's dinosaur, but something.
It gives cause to pause. So.
Yep. So, we also learned that government's going to try and declassify all the extraterrestrial stuff. What half-page report law? You figured it would be more than that.
We learned that if you go to Storm Area 51, they're not afraid to send up helicopters and to show you their tanks.
Yep. And we learned that a gentleman has an interesting piece of space junk sitting out that he found out in the woods, and I want to know what it is. Oh, and thylacine, maybe the Tasmanian tiger may be back.
Yeah. Like, I don't know about you, but that space junk the guy found in the middle of the forest,
Yeah.
the guy in me wants that. I want to display that.
You want that.
Yeah.
I mean, what were you?
It's a conversation piece, and it's really cool. You can't admit that if you found something like that, you would display it.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not saying I would buy it. I'm not going to buy it. But if I find it, yeah.
That's right. Corey's on his cruise right now. Yeah, Skelly, what rig you on? I bet I passed you on my cruise. I don't even know. I thought he said to get back to work.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I think it showed his comments a little bit ago from earlier in the show.
Yeah, you missed it. He came on earlier, Corey, and he pointed us towards an interesting video of Nessie, which we reported on. We thought it was nothing, but they actually zoomed in pretty good with some kind of camera, and it looks like there's something there. I'm not sure exactly what.
It's definitely not nothing.
No.
We'll say that.
It's definitely something that's very cool, very interesting. So,
yeah.
All right, Adam. Well, where can we catch you at next?
My next show, well, Mayhem's Amigos isn't going to be on for the next 2 weeks. TJ, the host, is coming up to Illinois to pick up their son for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in 3 weeks will be my next Mayhem's Amigos. Other than that, I'll be on here the next time our show's on.
All right.
What do you got going on?
Well, we've got the Best Damn Podcast coming up. 2 weeks from now, we're going to do another fire sale. We're going to do the Whack-A-Mole fire sale. We didn't get a chance to do it this week because problems came up, problems arise, all that stuff.
To whack.
Yeah, well, it's just life got in the way, unfortunately. But you have to ask him. Yeah, he was he was on here. I don't know how he found us. Well, I do plug Weird Frequencies all the time on Best Damn Podcast. But we're going to do Wednesday show at 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. And hopefully here after a while, we're going to be doing some interviews for Pride Month coming up. We got a couple people who are actually fans of the show. They watch After Hours. They want to come on, talk about their life experiences, and prove that they're more than just the alphabet. They want to prove they're human beings too. So we're going to have them on. And we got Jordan Longmire coming on here June 22nd. We had to push him back, but he's been itching for a chance to come on and talk about his love of music. So stick around. It should be a good one. Yeah, you didn't miss the whack-a-mole, but you missed the tens unit shit. We had to back it up with the tens unit.
And it was entertaining.
Dude, we put I'll give Corey a little insight real quick. We had to do one where we put the tens unit up to my nose. We had to push it into my nose. My teeth. Have you ever been shocked in the teeth? It sucks. It sucks. My tooth is still sore. I'm going through what's called a bruised tooth right now because we put the tens unit up to my nostrils.
Yeah. And there were a lot of other things that happened too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll get to see what Amanda did to Tyler, and you get to see what Big D caused.
Oh, yeah. It was instant, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was painful.
So, we'll leave them as mysteries so Corey has something wonderful to watch.
Yeah. All right,
and
guys.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids, absolutely. All right, guys, we know this is Memorial Day weekend. Keep in mind, though, to everybody, and as a veteran myself, I have to remind everybody this, and I have no problems reminding people because it gets confused an awful lot. It gets construed. Memorial Day is for those who unfortunately made the ultimate sacrifice and do not come home. We veterans who are alive, we have our own day. It's in November. And if you make the mistake, we get it. We understand. It's the media kind of confuses it and it gets messed up and lost in translation. But just remember, Memorial Day is for those who did not come home, and they made the sacrifice. And while you're out visiting those people this weekend, this Monday, go out and visit some of your family members. Go out and visit some members of the family you've lost. I've lost several family members just from last year alone. I lost my grandfather, I lost my great uncle, and I lost my good friend of the family, my sister-in-law's mother. So go out and pay a visit to them, drop some flowers, and think about them. But remember, even though Memorial Day is the official start of summer and it's where you start having all your summer fun and festivities, make sure you go out and take time out to remember those who are no longer with us, and make sure you thank those who did make this ultimate sacrifice and didn't come home. Because I'm pretty sure
remember those who sacrificed as much as they could for the freedom you enjoy.
Yes. Some gave their all. Many gave everything. Make sure you go out there and you think about those people. And try and keep them in your heart as you go through the day. But also, other than that, make sure you have a good holiday with your family and all that stuff. And always drink responsibly. Julie says, I have a poppy in the van for my family that didn't come home, and in honor of my grandpa who served and always had one in his vehicle. That's good, Julie. That's good. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a great Memorial Day. Be safe. Remember what we just said here on the show. And keep an eye on the weather. If you live in the central Illinois area, if you live in the Midwest itself, we've been getting a lot of rain and storms and just left and right. Ugh.
Yeah.
Trust me.
My phone's driving me crazy telling me about all the thunderstorms in various areas and stop and start.
But trust me. Trust me. That period of rain is going to stop and you're going to get 100% heat.
Yeah.
So get ready. Enjoy it while you can. All right, everybody. Have a good weekend. We will talk to you guys next Sunday. Until then, on behalf of Rob Hansen, the captain himself, that's the Secret Knowledge, Adam, and I'm the American T-Rex, Tyler. We will see you guys on the next episode of Weird Frequencies. Good night, and have a good weekend.
Good one, everyone.
Enjoy that pool if you got rain. Oh, I've already dropped a boatload of shock in that pool. I gotta go check it here in a minute.